Welcome to the Scaringi Law Lunch Minute. This is your time of the day to learn a little bit about the law while you enjoy your lunch. Today we're talking about employee stock ownership. You may have heard the word ESOP, Employee Stock Ownership Plan. ESOPs are becoming more and more common today. Let's say you own a small or a medium-sized business and you want to consider allowing your employees to have some ownership level, some ownership interest in your business. Some company owners think that by making their employees part owners, that will enhance the corporation's value, because the idea is employee owners will work harder and be more dedicated and loyal to their employer if they're a part owner. Now, for startup companies, particularly those in the high-tech field that require high-skilled employees to essentially create the company and its value, offering stock ownership is a common occurrence. Many startup companies will pay employees in stocks as opposed to cash, or they'll pay employees with a combination of cash and stock. A company may do this to conserve its precious cash. Startup companies go through cash quickly, and there is often little or no income for some period of time until the company gets fully ramped up and starts selling its products and services and thus generating income. So if the cash runs out in the interim, the company could go bankrupt. So to conserve its cash, the startup may offer stock ownership to its employees instead of cash compensation. That way, the company can control when it makes payouts to its employees by setting the schedule and the amount of the payments, which are not called salary or wages. Instead, under a stock ownership plan, they're called dividends. The company can set the schedule and the amount of the dividend based upon the income it has coming in, and this will help the company manage its cash flow and keep it afloat during the startup period. Now, there are some things owners need to consider before offering employees ownership in their company. Most importantly, employees who acquire stock in their employer gain legal rights in their employer, such as the right to inspect certain corporate records, the right to notice and to attend shareholder meetings, and standing in court to question board actions. Now, the company can make the stock non-voting or voting. If the stock is voting, that means the employees are now empowered to vote on certain issues of corporate governance. It could create the situation in which the boss, who was used to running the company as somewhat of a benevolent dictator, is now in the position where he could be outvoted by his own employee shareholders on certain fundamental business decisions. So that's a scary proposition for many bosses. So much care and attention needs to go into developing employee stock ownership plans in order to control and protect the owner's ability to govern the business. An employer who wishes to give employees a financial incentive in the company but not an ownership interest may offer something called phantom stock. Phantom stock is a deferred bonus arrangement that enables the employee to receive cash in an amount equal to the increase in value of the stock between the grant date and the trigger date. And the trigger date is usually the date the employee is terminated from employment or the company is sold to a third party. Now, the company can make phantom stock subject to vesting requirements, meaning an employee has to be employed for the company for a certain period of time, a year, 2 years, 3 years, before his phantom stock is vested. The company can also provide for the payout to occur over a period of time so as not to cause a cash crunch when the employee leaves or the company is sold. But in a phantom stock case, the employee is given a financial interest in the profits and the value and the increased value of the company, but not a legal ownership interest, so the employee can't exercise any control over the governance of the company. Now, company owners who wish to introduce some level of employee ownership into the company have much to consider. ESOPs, or employee stock ownership plans, or phantom stock that gives financial interest but not controlling interest. These are becoming more and more popular today. In fact, the HVAC company that was in my home this morning replacing our air conditioner is a very old family-based business that at some point in recent time converted to an ESOP, an employee stock ownership plan, employee-run and governed company, and that company is still doing very well today. So ESOPs are happening all over Pennsylvania and America, and it's something for owners to consider in giving their employees some level of ownership in their business. Well, that's about all the time we have today. If you'd like to learn more about ESOPs and employee stock ownership plans for your small or medium-sized business, give me a call at 717-657-7770. I hope you learned a little bit about the law today, and enjoy your lunch.